And now, the show you've been waiting for. From Channels TV's global headquarters, it's The Other News. And here's your host, Okay Bakassi.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Other News. This is the show that looks news straight in the face and says, even your boo, get a boo. It's Valentine's Day, and with a lot of love for those we love and pity for the bayless, we have prepared a great show for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the people's lawyer, Monday Ubani, is in the building! Yeah. Later on in the show, we check in to see exactly what our correspondents Dan the Humorous and SLK are up to. But first, as always, is the other news headlines. The APC has denied any involvement in the erection of a giant broom at the city gates of the national capital. APC may not know anything about this broom. But if I was to investigate, my prime suspect would be from Imo State. Yeah, I mean, which other state is known for taking up space, erecting giant things? So that would be the first place to go. Yeah, in a CNN report, Ghana has been projected as the next big tourist destination of the world. Wow. Meanwhile, we Nigerians are here struggling to maintain dominance in the Jollof Rice Champions League. Well, God, Desha. So when the world passes us by, last, we can console ourselves with party rice. That's our anyway. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all the lovers. I love you all, but I love myself way more. And of course, I love my wife the most. Yeah, in the interest of peace. Yeah, today is a special day. It's a day we elect a bae and give him or her that assurance. And because of today, there are two elections taking place this month. The political elections and the Valentine elections. Yeah. Results of the Valentine elections are already coming out. Main winners are receiving perfumes, watches, and cars. Side winners are receiving phone credit or singlet and boxers. And of course, the lonely losers are receiving the keys to Heartbreak Hotel. So, with all this love in the air, it is no wonder smaller political parties are looking at bigger political parties to be their political sugar daddies. Yes. And this struggle for a political bae has been the cause of a series of toastings, breakups, makeups, and endorsements. The pact agreement was supposed to be a sweet polygamous relationship. But after jealousy entered the matter, mouths started to change.
The whole pact arrangement, for me, it was a mistake.
Now, the third force cracked into fourth, fifth, and even sixth forces. See Gobe. Well, Donald Duke and Jerry Ghana fought for the SDP's hand in political matrimony. Mr. Duke won in court based on good looks and fine boy. Yeah. He told his people he was SDP's Iyawo this election. All for SDP to call things off at the last minute. Some of his relatives don't want to hear. And they keep shouting, Donald, go and marry. Well, and the ex before the ex is still claiming SDP can never love Buhari. Well, despite the confusion, SDP has now been endorsed as one of Buhari's baby girls. That's another Gobe. After Madam Obi tried to marry all the forces, she decided to catch small cruise with ACPN. Yeah. They posted their public display of affection all over social media. But sadly, they broke up due to irreconcilable differences.
Dr. Obi Ezekwesili is the only presidential candidate who was so militant in a campaign.
The SCPN has now, because of, what do I call it now? The Bege. Yes, they've decided to go and endorse Bubu. And they've become one of his many endorsing side chicks.
We are seizing this opportunity of this press conference to endorse the second-term bid of President Muhammadu Buhari to take Nigeria to the next level.
This one na go be square though. But Boo is not alone. Smaller parties are lined up for a chance to endorse the Articulate One as their big papi. Yeah. I would have said Val's Day is causing all this unfaithfulness. But smaller parties in previous elections were still serial cheaters. Yeah, they will claim they have a presidential bay. But when election time reach, they start looking for brooms and umbrellas. They will be releasing annoying statements, saying things like, this endorsement does not amount to a merger with the party we are endorsing. Come on, will you shut up? So if someone finds me and Rihanna inside bed now, it does not amount to cheating, Abi. We two just they endorse each other. You see, the multi-party system in this country was set up to give Nigerians multiple options, not the endorsed option. How many of these parties even negotiated bride price with party card holders before they gave their parties to Butiku? This whole thing stings of a lack of political ideology. Yes, the same thing that funds the defection season, a.k.a. the political transfer market, is the same thing that allows smaller parties to look for bigger parties for political runs. Aristo and Credit Alert. Today, we have picked our Valentine, or Valentines for our practicing polygamists. Yeah. Well, then, over the weekend, for those with PVCs, you will be expected to come out to vote the way people came out to vote for Big Brother, to queue for Big Brother Niger. Yes. You must line up under the sun or in the rain, and if necessary, you must faint. Yes, because Big Brother hopefuls don't have two heads. Some can even question if they are using the one they have correctly. But that's not the issue here. So let's vote for parties with ideologies. Ideologies that are as clear as the lens of Wole Soyinka spectacles. As if they actually exist. I don't know. So that when next INEC puts election season beside Valentine season, unfaithful people, politicians, and parties will book accommodation at Heartbreak Hotel because they will be single and alone. Let's use our kidney. All right. Thank you very much. My guest tonight is a lot of things: lawyer, social commentator, and political analyst. Some call him the people's lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Monday Ubane is in the building.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Bakassi.
You're welcome, sir.
I've told you have to change your name.
Yes, to any of the other places of interest.
My Cameroon name.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, much has been said about the suspension of the former CJ and Walter Nage. In layman's terms, please, can you break down the situation, the state of affairs today, legally? I mean, let some of us who are lay people understand it.
Well, there is an allegation against the suspended CJN. The allegation is that he opened a domiciliary bank account in a Standard Chartered bank, I think sometime in 2011. But he was not able to disclose that information because when you are coming in as a public officer, under our law today, Code of Conduct Tribunal Act, you have to tell them what you have by way of properties and money. When you are living after your tenure, so you have to also disclose what you have acquired. The purpose is to ensure that those who are coming into governance have some level of integrity. They are not stealing and they are not fraudulent, and that they have not put their hand into the treasury. And so, according to them, he did not disclose that information in 2012. Yeah, when he disclosed all his properties. And so he was made the acting CJN, and then I think he disclosed it later in 2016. Okay. But he didn't disclose in 2012.
Oh, in 2012 he did not disclose.
But he now disclosed it later when he was now made the acting CJN.
In 2016.
So they now felt that, look, now this year, one NGO wrote a petition alleging that he omitted to disclose that information in 2012 form.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, 12. And for that, he has not complied with the act itself. And so they now dragged him before the Code of Conduct Tribunal.
Decided to comply later.
Later, you know, but you have omitted
for
that.
That first non-compliance.
Beautiful. That is what we read concerning this matter.
Okay, that is what this
is all about. So they now dragged him there. And then some of us now look at the Constitution and say, how do you punish a judicial officer? What are the processes and procedure? The Constitution itself has even made a provision that if there is any complaint against him, you have to refer the matter first and foremost to NJC.
Yes. Okay.
National Judicial Council, which will now look into the allegation, because the opportunity will be given to the judicial officer to respond. But dragging him without that compliance is what some of us are complaining. We're not condoning corruption, but we're saying, is there a provision in the Constitution?
Yeah, it's Valentine. I will not let you go without asking this question, because we are celebrating love. And
yes.
Lots of people will be happy this period. Some people will be disappointed, and some will be discouraged. As a lawyer, I hear that if you promise to marry a girl and you disappoint her, she can sue you.
It's not as simple as that in the law.
But you put it properly for us, because there are people who are listening who are waiting to sue people this Valentine.
Exactly.
Because some people will be promised marriage.
In the law of contract, actually, because marriage falls within that particular side of law. It's a contractual arrangement. Yeah. Now, for you to have an action that is for somebody to be liable, in that contractual terms I've mentioned, you have to have issue of offer. There must be acceptance.
So
there
offer
must
cannot be
there must be consideration.
Offer cannot be.
No, I'm not finished. There must be consideration,
and
then there must be intention to create legal relationship. You know, these four are very critical. So if I say I won't marry you, then you accept.
And based on that, I put down my
you put down your legs and all that. What is a consideration? Is that enough consideration? The court
no,
now,
that's the offer now.
No, I say I want to marry you.
It's an offer.
Then you agree.
Then that's acceptance.
So what's the consideration that will make it now legally binding? What's the consideration, and what is there any intention to create a legal relationship? So these are critical, factors you have to put into consideration.
So now, who has that intention to create a legal relationship?
So it's from the available evidence.
The offer.
No, it's from the available evidence. The court will examine the facts.
So in this case now, taking you to go and see my parents, is it not
enough? What is it? Is there enough intention to create a legal relationship? No. You see, you have.
So what becomes enough intention to create a legal relationship?
You are putting me in the witness box, but I think that in marriage,
I'm asking for.
It's not enough to say I'm going to marry you, and the girl says, "Oh, I have agreed or have taken you to my father," and then that is enough consideration for you now to sue.
If you have taken the girl to your own father, to convince the girl that yes, I mean business.
Yes. That is not enough, because you see, you are going to live with this girl, for the rest of your life. So if you eventually find out about this girl, even after you have taken her to your father, that this girl is not fit enough to be your wife, that she's going to come and kill you, will you go ahead and marry such a person?
No. We are not talking about the moral issue here now. What if everything character-wise checks?
No, it's
okay. Just that you are undecided.
No,
you think that my option 1 is better than this option 2.
If I'm the girl, I will run away. If the man has not made up his mind to marry you, and you now force him by going to court to get it enforceable, then you are marrying. You are entering to hell.
For 3 Valentines and last not.
If I the girl, after first Valentine, I go run. If the man knows you any seriousness, yes. Now, why must you continue with a man after first Valentine? Second one, you won't do the third one. Waiting. He must run.
So I can't.
He's not a serious person. No. So I'm saying that those 4 factors must be put into consideration.
But if they are can I sue?
Offer acceptance, consideration, intention to create legal relationship. If it does not exist, don't bother going to court.
Does the law have any opening for me to sue?
To sue in marriage, a proposal that fails, he may not succeed. I have never seen any man succeed, honestly, in this matter. But in Europe, in America, it is very possible. You see, their law has developed to that level. But in Nigeria here, it's very difficult.
Develop our own now.
We're trying, yes.
Okay. All right, it's beginning to get very, very interesting. It's the other news. Don't go anywhere. We'll look in to see what our correspondents and the humors and SLK, what they are up to, and we'll be back to continue this wonderful interview. Yeah, we'll still check in with Dan the humorous in a minute, but let me continue this wonderful interview with my very good friend and legal luminary. Is that how you people say it?
That's how they say it.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's election season again,
That's
and
right.
it's going to be hot this weekend. You know, how do you see this battle playing out?
Well, to me, there are two major political parties that are actually in the fray, the APC and the PDP, and Nigerians are taking sides. I posted something on my Facebook last night and said the winner is, come and see, and I offered a prize, my foundation, that if you get it right, we'll give you an undisclosed prize, you know. That was a smart one on my own part. People are saying, Oga, how much are you going to disclose, you know. So I think by Tuesday, by Monday, Tuesday, we should be able to know who the next president of this country is going to be.
Yeah,
so it's getting hot.
The political process, they're talking about improving participation in the political process.
That's correct.
How do we improve participation? What mechanisms do we use, you know, short of compelling people, you know, to go and vote?
More of education. Serious advocacy. You know, the faith-based organizations like churches and the mosque and all that must engage in teaching the people the basic rights, the issue of participation in politics. You know, I'm a Christian, and one of the scriptures that I like is that when the righteous is upon the throne, the people rejoice. Who are the righteous? It's people who actually have understood the mind of God, who are righteous in terms of integrity and in terms of, you know, doing the right thing. You know, they come into governance. And when they come into governance, they know what to do. You know, we need audacious leaders, those who can really change the face of this country. There are nations that their faces were changed as a result of good leadership. Look at Singapore. We're in the same, you know, path with them. Look at Malaysia, my brother. Look at where these countries have gone because of audacious leadership. I think that a lot of people have to come into politics. The Christian, the Muslims, and everyone. Let's begin to encourage them.
People are beginning to encourage people.
No, I'm doing that.
If you could fix one thing about Nigeria, what would that be?
Light. That's not. In fact, if any government.
So how come we all agree that light is the one thing that needs to be fixed, and they are not fixing it?
You see, somebody said that it's a spiritual thing. We need to get Nigeria working, and one of the ways.
So that means we need our native doctors to fix it.
No, it's not native doctors now. We need leaders that think, audacious leadership. That there are solutions. A lot of people who have come with proposals, you know, and they're
telling us is the cabal.
Yeah, there is a cabal that is running this country.
So this cabal now, do we use spiritual means to tackle them?
We use both. We use all manner of means to dismantle them. But getting audacious leadership can do all that. You know, when the right type of leadership comes, we begin to have 24 hours light. And it can happen. It can happen in this country. Honestly, there is nothing like staying in an office where there is constant light with AC. In your house, you come back, your AC is working.
Sanity.
You know, you have sanity. You want to read. Look at my son is in law school. Can I tell you? They say by 12 o'clock they off the light. And this is a man that is preparing for his law school exam and all that. That's what they're doing. They off the light and all that.
So are the students not supposed
in
to
the
go there with their gen or lantern?
They off the light. So in the law school. So we must change all that. So light is the critical thing. Any government that gets it right with light, we have Nigerians will love them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badi, for making time. Nice having you. It's the other news. Don't go anywhere. Nigerians are gearing up to elect leaders across all tiers of government. We sent our correspondent Dan the Humorous and SLK to study these things. Guys, Alpha.
Years have turned into months, months into weeks, and weeks into days. Now we are just counting hours to the elections, and Nigerians are ready. We are turned. For the first time, we have brought out our inner patriotic citizenship, and we are leading the charge. We are taking over. We are going and leading the charge in political.
Who bought charger? Who bought charger? I've been hearing you from far. I wanted to go somewhere now. Now I heard you. You said that they are leading the charge. Nigerians are not leading any charge. The only charge that is concerning them is the charger that they plug to their phone that they will use and complain about election and the system on election day. Do you understand me?
Dan, how did you get here? Why are you barging into my segment? This is my segment. In fact, cut this thing. What's the meaning of this? Why are you barging into my segment? It's my segment now.
So it's paying you. When you so barging to people's disease, you did not know that life is a do me, I do you something, eh? Hey, I came here to vituperate on your adumbration, if you know what I mean.
Anyway, moving on to more intelligent talk. I don't know what Dan is saying. I still stand that Nigerians are charged up. No wonder entertainers are even doing free concerts to encourage Nigerians to participate.
Now there is free concert everywhere. Go to all the rallies. All the politicians have turned entertainers. That's why you see our respected honorables and excellencies dancing like this.
I will show you. I will show you. Oh, yes, stay like this.
what I'm saying. Tell me now. Go and ask these people now. After election, say, Excellency, come and dance. They'll say, no, based on existing protocol, we don't dance like that.
Let's go into one of these concerts and we'll see that Nigerians are really participating with their PVCs.
Let's find one somewhere and go and find out.
Wait for me. After all, you batch into my show.
We're here live at the Stronger Together concert that we hear is organized by one of the entertainers aimed at gingering us to be part of the political system. But I tell you what, these youths are only going to come here to pay body and at the end.
Whoa, see, you know what? Let's bet. Let's bet. This thing will work.
I'm telling you, it will not work.
It will work.
Who cut this thing?
Come and cut it first.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Are you here because it's free or because they say you have your PVC or because you want to participate in the election?
Now, is it this show that made you to want to participate, or you have planned to participate since you just came to Bebody here?
With this show like this, the Nigerian youth will participate more in election.
Some people are here, they all have their PVC, but they might be living far from where their venue are. But from this event, they might change their mind. They might decide to sleep closer to their...
So who are you supporting now, myself or Dan?
Both of you.
Not only because of the show, already I don't make up mind for who I go vote, all right?
I honestly feel like somebody can just come. It's just like it's a maker or breaker. Somebody can come up stage, say something, you're like, let me have a rethink. You know what I mean? So yeah, it can actually make a difference. It can.
If you can connect anybody through any means, I mean, so something like this, something good, I'll go with SLK any day.
Apart from concert, like, we all need that extra push sometimes. That last minute motivation, say, okay. Because they get people who say, they get PVC, but they use them, they go withdraw money. Some people will hustle for this PVC because of identity. You know, people wear SARS forced to get PVC. SARS slap. Make people get PVC. Because in SARS, you say, okay, look, nah, in a PVC they work. No, I be Nigerian. You understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard, it's very obvious that most people seem to believe that shows like this help to increase the people's participation in elections.
But it doesn't mean that you have to wait for shows like this before you do it. Start from the beginning. Follow the people that are leading you so that you can hold them accountable. Even after election, pre-election, during election, and post-election, all the time.
What we are trying to say is, Dan lost the bet. But since we didn't remember anything to bet on, ladies and gentlemen, it's been The Other News with your special correspondent SLK, and he is Dan the Humorous. And we say goodbye. Chi!
My chi.
What's your chi? You've lost your chi to the bet. Your shoe. Oh yeah, pull your shoe.
Yeah, thank you, Dan and SLK. I'm just glad the two of you did not kill yourselves, Sha. That's our show again today. Aren't you glad you stuck around? Yeah, if you'd like more of The Other News, be sure to check us out on the web. Our handle remains The Other News CTV across all social media pages. If you want to be part of our amazing live studio audience, call us on the numbers on your screen. Please, we're expecting your call. Our village people say, if you want something done right, you need to do it yourself. My name is Okay. Vote for the prize. Happy Valentine's Day.